Hello everyone, I'm Noel Lennon.
I'm Green Giant.
And welcome to the commentary for Secrets of the Furious 5, the DVD short that was included with the Kung Fu Panda DVD. I think it might have been on the Blu-ray. But this is quite a cool short because it's showing us the background of the Furious 5, Poe's comrades in arms.
Yes.
Actually, I like this because it shows a bit of continuity. A bit of character development for Poe, because he said in the first film that he would never beat Shifu to the top of the stairs, and he just did.
All right.
How cool's that?
Nice.
I will admit though, Poe's design isn't that great in this short, but it is a DVD short, so I'll kind of let it off a bit.
Yeah.
At least it looks better than Legends of Awesomeness.
Yeah.
This was made, and this had much less time spent on it because it was a DVD short.
Mm.
Again,
It definitely doesn't look as smooth as the holiday special though. It looks much better. There's more fur detail and everything.
Yeah, but his design looks a bit weird. Look at him there. He actually looks faster than he does in the first film.
Yeah, but
Shifu's look fine, but
the details there in this more.
All the cast return for basically Poe and Shifu return, and Crane does, but I'll get into that a bit more later. But nobody else really returns for their roles because they're not really needed.
Hmm.
Actually, I kind of like this story. The fact that Poe was the student, now he has to teach people. I like that. That's quite an interesting kind of story. Shows more character development as well. And I like the fact that it's not pointless, because again, this is what Legends of Awesome should be. It's teaching the tenets of Kung Fu: patience, discipline, courage, let me try that again. Patience, discipline, compassion, courage, and what was the other one? Let me try again.
Confidence?
Patience. No, because that's not one of them.
It's not.
No. Oh no, confidence, patience, discipline, courage, and compassion. Yeah, you're right. That's the 5.
There we go.
I keep forgetting confidence is one.
Hmm.
Well, just out of interest, which one's your out of all the 5's backstories, which one do you remember the most, and which one was your favourite? Do you think that was the most interesting?
The one I pretty much need to remember is just Tigress's, but that's
same here. I want to imagine some butch in there. You'll see it again in a minute. We'll talk more about Actually, no. Would you want to? I might think the same about Tigress's. Tigress to me had the most interesting backstory, because I've always liked that kind of tragic kind of backstory characters. Actually, Mantis is not voiced by Seth Rogen in this. He's voiced by the person who voices him in Legends of Awesomeness. It makes sense for this because this is supposed to take. He kind of sounds like Seth Rogen, but this takes place years before Poe meets him, so I can understand his voice maturing a bit.
yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense for him to sound like that in Legends of Awesomeness. I think Mantis is probably the funniest backstory. I'm going to talk about some trivia quick, because I bought the Kung Fu Panda art book, the first one. It's got some really interesting trivia here. I might use the Secrets of the Masters to talk some more trivia in that. No map. Basically, okay, some trivia. The Sacred Peach Tree of Wisdom is there because Master Oogway planted the seed as a representation of. So, as a dedication to the people of the valley, that's where his home was, and that's who he was going to defend. That kind of thing. And the Jade Palace is there because the people built it for Oogway for his dedication and protection. Tigress is Tai Lung went through the most design in the first Kung Fu Panda film, and I think Poe went through the least amount, because they kind of. I mean, in production he went through the least because most of his character came from Jack Black.
Yeah.
Tigress. An interesting thing about Tigress's design is, she was going to wear a green flowing robe, but it was hard to animate naturally, like how it would move naturally, so they just kind of gave her that red training vest she has.
Yeah.
And in development, she was going to make her look more feminine. They were going to have clear, not like massive breasts on her, but have clear kind of breast shapes on her to show she was feminine. But that's why her eyes look like she's wearing makeup and eyeliner and that kind of thing. That's why, to make her look more feline as well.
Yeah.
And something interesting about the way her posture is says a lot about her character. Like, the top half of her body is very kind of offensive, which makes her look very standoffish and everything. But the bottom half she stands quite defensively, which says like she's quite vulnerable and everything. That's only for the first film. That was just for that, even though she doesn't really say or do that much.
Yeah, a lot of thought was put into it.
Yeah. I think out of the 5, they worked the hardest on her because they knew she was going to be the most important member. Because she's Poe's favourite, that's why.
Yeah.
Actually, another bit of trivia. The Croc Bandits that Mantis is beating up, Master Croc used to be a Croc Bandit. So he could be one of them he's just beaten up. He probably isn't, but... I mean, another bit... I'll just keep rattling off some trivia. Before Poe was a chef in a noodle restaurant, is he a wait? No, he's kind of a waiter and a chef, isn't he? Because he kind of
everything.
Yeah. So he was going to work in a factory and sell metal, because that was quite. Again, that's quite a Chinese job, isn't it? Working in a factory, but they thought for ancient China that wouldn't really make any sense. No. So they thought it made more sense for him to be a chef or something like that. Also, it made more sense because he's a panda and he eats a lot. Get it? He's fat. I think there's an episode of Legend of Awesomeness which I do quite like, called Serpent's Tooth, I think it's called, where it explains that everyone's got quite a lot of people are pretty much anti-snake because they're seen as quite evil creatures.
Right.
Which doesn't really make any sense if you think about it in this short, because that snake's the creator, the protector of that village.
Yeah.
Also, this origin kind of contradicts something Poe says in the film, which I brought up, that he says that Viper has fangs where she clearly doesn't. Again, that's not a big thing, I'm just pointing it out. In that Legends of Awesomeness episodes, the enemy's called Fu Shi and he's a cobra. He's pretty cool, actually. I will give it the show that was a pretty cool villain. Because he had a reason to be a villain as well.
Right.
Might show you that episode at one point. It's all right. The only problem with it is it makes Poe look like a racist. Seriously, he hates snakes for some reason, and he's lived with Viper for years at that point. So it kind of makes no sense. It makes Poe look like the bad guy just for the sake of having him as the bad guy in a way.
Right.
Who, in your opinion, who had the most boring backstory? The one that you just didn't care for and you couldn't remember?
I don't know. This one's Viper's probably it's all right, but it's not one I normally go back to and think about.
You've only watched it once.
I know, but I'm just thinking.
And the way it teaches, it's kind of the creed it's trying to promote. Like, this is trying to teach you courage, about being courageous. I think again I'll always say Tigress is the best one because she's my favourite member of the Furious Five, and I think she has the most interesting backstory.
Yeah, Monkey's one's pretty cool.
Really? I thought his was the worst. I just think it's boring. I don't think it's bad. Lucy Liu doesn't actually voice Viper in this segment because she's obviously a child here, so there wasn't really any point. It would have sounded a bit weird. Yeah, I don't care for monkeys that much because I think he's too much of a dick in that short to just suddenly turn good. Is what I think.
Okay.
Like. It's actually see a problem with this one. It's not really teaching courage, is it? Because she's just helping her father. She's not really. She wants to help him. She's not scared of anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not really maybe this is more. I don't know what this is. This isn't really teaching courage. I disagree about courage. I think Crane's is more about courage and confidence together.
Yeah.
Maybe if it had said that Viper had fangs. Yeah, if she said she had fangs but was too scared, that would have been a good backstory because that also clears up that contradiction that Poe makes.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, DreamWorks. Hire me. But the whooshy finger hold does help as well, obviously. That fucking vaporizes people.
What's with the sad faces? Viper's totally awesome.
Yeah, the thing about Poe is he looked really, his designs actually look quite fat compared to the one in Kung Fu Panda. It's like he's gotten fatter since training.
Yeah, like really furry as well.
Actually, something I can ask you about. What do you think about the juxtaposition between the 2D cell shaded animation for the Five's backstories and the computer animation for Poe? I like that juxtaposition.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks more like a legend, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes a clear cut between the two.
Yeah. You see this character, Mei Ling? You'll never see her again, ever. David Cross is the only person to reprise Crane's voice. Because this only takes place like 5 or 6 years before he meets the Five, so it wasn't really... But I love the fact that in this little short, he's like a Woody Allen character. He's so neurotic and paranoid. I do like that. That's really I thought it was really funny.
But Crane had it tougher.
That's something really interesting about Crane. As when they were developing him, they thought the Crane style of kung fu is you would use your hand like that and try and simulate a crane pecking something.
Yep.
Crane was going to do that, but it's a bit violent, isn't it? For a like the kids' film. Imagine him trying to, because that will draw blood and everything. They thought that doesn't really make any sense. It looks like it. It looks like he's just being a bit too violent for the sake of simulating that thing of kung fu. But they did something really interesting. Bruce Lee once said, "Kung fu is an art form. You shouldn't be kind of roped into what's. Don't be constricted by what's in kung fu. Like that's why he invented Taekwondo. No, sorry, not Taekwondo. Was it Taekwondo he invented? He invented a martial art, and I think it's Taekwondo. But he's basically saying don't be restricted by the creed. Make up your own kind of style, and that'll be your thing. So that's why they said the guy who choreographed a lot of this, he was like for instance, Tiger style is the most powerful style of kung fu apparently, but they thought because a lot of it's very low down, that's why Tigress stands quite low down and everything. But they thought she's also got to be quite graceful and agile to make her look more feminine and everything. So like they put elements of it and they name the character after it, but they don't stick to it religiously. They have a bit of fun with it and make the characters more fun.
Yeah.
Which is like, for instance, Bear style is a real style of kung fu, but Poe doesn't use it. His kung fu is more of an extension of his personality, which again is keeping in character because he's not disciplined enough to follow the style. That's why Crane fights a lot with his wings, and a lot of it's like kicking and flying into people because using his beak would be a bit too violent.
He felt it from the bottom of his skinny little feet to the tip of his feet. Even his hat was.
What's weird is he's using a broom there as a weapon, but traditionally the monkey style of kung fu uses weapons. That's why in the first film, when Monkey and Poe are fighting, Monkey's the only one to use a staff.
Right.
See, I know my shit.
Clearly.
I really like Crane's backstory. I think it's probably my second favourite. Just because I kind of felt really bad for him when he was getting picked on, just because, again, that neurotic Woody Allen kind of character.
Okay, all this training's making me hungry. Let's break for lunch.
Wait, but you haven't finished telling us all the secrets.
I'm just gonna pretty much rattle off some trivia because we've kind of covered everything at this point. It's best just kind of go with some trivia.
Yeah.
The characters' names for the Five. I think Poe was always going to be Poe, but yeah, because Po Ping means peaceful warrior or something like that. Because it was trying to make the idea that he's not really that militant. But all the characters' names like Crane, Viper, whatever, they were all going to be called something else, like not the names of their names of animals, because they thought that was quite lazy. But they kept coming back to them because it just fits.
Yeah.
Like Master Crane, Master Viper. The only one who isn't named after her species. Like, she's not called Master Tiger, she's called Master Tigress because she's a tigress, not a tiger.
Yeah.
But I think Viper, yeah, because Viper's just a green tree viper. Oh no, Monkey's not named after his species. Oh no, he is, isn't he? No, I was trying to think of the species. I was thinking about the species of monkey.
Yeah, but it pretty much is.
Yeah. Young, cute baby Tigress is voiced after. Sorry, is voiced by Tara Strong, who's pretty much the goddess of voice acting. There isn't anything that I can. I think there's any cartoon that I can name that she isn't in. She was Harley Quinn in Arkham City.
Oh.
Yeah. She's. Oh, I felt so bad for her. I love this kind of tragic backstory of characters. It's interesting.
Afraid.
Well, I think I can't remember the timeline, but I think at this point, Tai Lung's already attempted to destroy the village. That's why Shifu's quite standoffish and distant. Like, he was not going over to her and hugging her or anything. He's just kind of being quite objective about it.
Yeah.
But so I don't understand is if he was so kind of cold and distant after, Tai Lung did his thing, did Oogway make him go there? I know they were asked for some help, but did Oogway make him go there? Because that seems like the type of thing he would do. Because he knew that Tigress needed help. All fate and everything and destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a really creepy episode of Legends of Awesomeness called J-House Panda. That's not the creepy part. Basically, Poe gets stuck in a disguise. I think I've told you this before, but I'll say it again. Where Tigress and Monkey find him and they don't believe that it's Poe in disguise. So he tells them some stuff he knows about them to prove that he's Poe. Oh, and the really creepy one is he says that Tigress had a crush on Shifu when she was a little girl.
Oh yeah.
That's so creepy. I don't care if she's adopted by him. That's still weird.
Yeah.
But for Tigress, one test remained. Would she find a family?
See the Balgrew orphanage? You'll never see it again after this. Again, if Legends of Awesomeness used stuff like this in the shorts and used ideas and stuff like that, like, this could have been an episode. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Developing the characters and everything. That would be really good. But it just resorts to fucking really, really bad plots and laziness and just like making Poe look like an idiot for the sake of making him look like an idiot. I get the fact Poe. That's the only one Poe cries at. I think we're reaching the end now. Oh, there's only one monkeys left, isn't there?
Yeah.
Actually, a really interesting thing from Monkey's backstory is who he's voiced by. He's not voiced by Jackie Chan in the short, and want to know why he sounds so much like a young Jackie Chan in this?
Okay. Go.
He's voiced by JC Chan, his son.
Alright.
That's really cool. He just sounds like that's what I really like about that. Now, if you listen to his voice, he just sounds like a young Jackie Chan, which is cool. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually talking about the soundtrack, a lot of the music that's used here is from impersonating Shifu, which I love that. They had a plan to leave. Well, it wasn't a great plan. A bit of trivia here. That's actually Master Stormy Ox there before they used him in Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't because an ox was always going to be a character in Kung Fu Panda because that just like he looks intimidating and everything. But that's why they used it here, but they reused the character model and everything for Kung Fu Panda 2. But it's pretty much Master Stormy Ox.
Monkey could quite literally beat the pants off anyone. Well, almost.
Again, this is keeping in with the tradition of monkey kung fu, which is pretty much you're supposed to be quite unpredictable and everything, which is why he's kind of like so weird when he fights. Like he fucking depanting people, as it were. Oogway's again voiced by Randall. I'm not even going to attempt his name because I fucked it up really badly in Kung Fu Panda, and I called him Randall Dick Cum. Don't you remember that?
I do now.
It's Kim Duck, I think, but I fucked his name up really badly, and I was really annoyed. But he's voiced by he voices Oogway again in this. He also voices Oogway again in Secrets of the Masters, because Oogway's in that.
Right.
Again, I like Oogway. He's not really doing anything. He's just retaliating to whatever Monkey does. It's pretty cool. I find it interesting that Monkey was the only one that Uguay actively goes out and recruits.
Yeah.
You saved me. Why?
That fucking smile.
You've shown me great skills. But
Actually, something about Uguay's design when they were making the character. He was always going to be a turtle, but they couldn't. Every time they designed it, they made it look too much like a slug. But they wanted to try and make him look like an old wise master, but make him look like a turtle. Also, the reason he's a turtle is because turtles can live for about 100 years. Obviously, Uguay's thousands of years old, so that's something cool.
Yeah.
But turtles are seen as quite wise animals, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't mean wise in the literal sense, as in they're intelligent, because they're not really. But I mean, like, they're seen as quite, because they live for a long time. They're seen as quite old and wise, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. Something interesting about why Poe is a panda. There's a really, really cool reason. But in China, a panda's used as a sign of peace, which it's supposed to be a good juxtaposition because tigers, vipers, cranes are quite not aggressive because they don't go out looking for a fight, but they can kill you. Pandas can, but they're quite docile. That's why that's why they picked a panda, because to turn him into a kung fu machine is just kind of it was a journey.
Yeah.
It's about fighting.
So we've pretty much reached the end of this. So what did you think of Secrets of the Five?
It's pretty good. It's great that they provide this backstory. I mean, it's quite good detail if you want to know. It's done really well. Like you said, it should have been an episode instead. Well, not instead, but
This should have been. This should be what the episodes are like.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Teaching kung fu and learning more about the characters.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks great still.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
But you can really see the difference here when it's playing clips from the movie.
Oh yeah.
I like the fact that they just asked him about their first day, but most of that wasn't even from his first day. So that was the end. So I'll just talk about my final thoughts quick. I really, really like that. I think a lot of the backstory makes the Five, especially Tigress's attitude, a lot more interesting and like not justified, but it shows you why she's so standoffish, and it shows you why her posture is like that and everything. And it's like that kind of stuff. The body language and that is really interesting to me. And a lot of people might say I'm being sad for looking into it that much, but it's interesting. It's interesting how these characters how you can build a character up like that. Oh, look, baby Tigress all by herself. I just want to hug her. Also, actually, a question is, she's wearing the same clothes there. She does it all the time. Does it? Oh, and the instructor's voiced by Jim Cummings, who basically voiced every character ever.
Okay.
He voices Pete in Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that. He's a bigger voice actor.
Yeah.
You know, remember the Goof Troop, the Goofy show? Oh, never mind.
Nope.
Yeah, I really, really like this short. Again, this is what the TV show should be trying to do. Tell more. Let us learn more about the Five. Like why? Like tell us how they became masters and everything, instead of just telling us the first kind of steps on the road to it. So I've been Noel Lenham,
Enjoy it.
and thank you for watching.